What's up, everyone? It's me, it's RB, and today I'm coming at you again with another video. This one's gonna be about my COVID experience. Yeah, I'm shocked that I got it too. I got it towards the end of August and like early September, and it was a long 10 days. And some of you might be saying, but Rob, you're really young and look very healthy. And that's where I say, I know. I was appalled too when I got it and how bad I got it too. I just want to start off, in my personal experience, COVID is probably the worst thing I ever got. It's worse than a fever. It's worse than a cold. It's might be worse than the stomach bug. I'm not really sure. I haven't had the stomach bug in 5 years, thankfully. But for me, I'm going to talk about my symptoms. Day one, it was a Saturday. I woke up with body chills and body aches and just felt tired. And then, that's where I said, you know what? Let me take a COVID test and my temperature. The COVID test came back negative, and my temperature was completely good and fine. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Maybe I just need to wake up. Maybe I just got body chills and aches because I'm tired or something. So I went to work, and, I still had my body chills and stuff, and my body aches a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. But then I started to get them so bad that even when I was sitting down, I was still aching, even after I took some pain medicine and used some pain relief cream. So I said, you know what? I gotta ask to go home. And when I went home, I just took the test, and it came out to be positive. So the next day, it wasn't too bad. Like, I was a little tired, nothing really too severe. But then the next day, it hit me, and it hit me hard. My throat, it felt like I had strep. I couldn't even swallow. It was hard to drink. It was very hard to eat. And it was even hard to swallow your own saliva. You had to spit it out. It was disgusting. And I heard other people with this same exact story. I got a fever. What else happened? There was some nose congestion and some dizziness. It wasn't too bad, and it wasn't every day, but the sore throat was every day. It got better at sometimes, but it hurt. You just had to keep eating popsicles and having your hot soup, chicken noodle soup, drinking some tea, taking a shower, hot shower, just to help you with your inflammation. Having this bad boy right here, a humidifier. And I really suggest for anyone that has sinus problems in general. And then, I had it bad in my ears. I felt ear pain, and that was very bad as well. It was hard to sleep. Sometimes people just sleep easily, but it was hard for me, honestly. And I feel like it still got my sleep schedule messed up. Thankfully my sleep schedule was getting better. But me and my sleep in general is a conversation for another day. But, what else happened? I haven't done one of these videos in a while. Gotta get back into the game, player. But, let's see. Sore throat. And then, towards the end, obviously you feel better. Towards the 8th or 9th day, but I got bad diarrhea, and I felt like I was gonna puke for 1 hour, but thankfully I didn't. But I would say, obviously always wait the full 10 days. When you think you're feeling better, you don't want to psych yourself out, because if you just go back to work or something when you think you're feeling better, or go back to doing rigorous activity, you could just end up relapsing and getting sicker and end up in the hospital. But, so the reason I think I got it bad was because, I don't really know, because I have a good immunity and I had all 3 of my shots. But I think some people, everyone's different. And I was shocked because, the people I know who are my age, they said, oh, it was just kind of like a cough, nothing too bad. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. I had some mild chest pain for a few days. But people people just made it not sound as terrible. But then, obviously, some people end up going to the hospital and die when they're typically immunocompromised. So, obviously, that's why I'm perplexed when some people aren't wearing their mask when the time asked for it, and aren't taking the things seriously, like washing your hands and whatnot, and just acting curiously because, more variants could come along. And Joe Biden did say the pandemic's done, which I somewhat believe it, because some of the stuff's definitely politicized. There's no argument about it, and it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. I feel like there's some truth behind that. But just keep looking at your COVID cases in your state, and always check with the CDC. Hopefully, this will be. I think it's definitely going to be like the flu. I don't think it's going to go away, ever. I don't think it's going to be a pandemic forever, but it's us, the people, that have to work on that as well. It's not just science and stuff. We as people got to work on this. Hopefully it'll become like just a flu. And I've never got the flu before, even when I haven't got the flu shot sometimes. I'm definitely going to always get my flu shot now, but that's another thing I want to talk about is some people who don't want to get shots or vaccine. Like, the reason I was kind of afraid to get my flu shot sometimes is because, you hear about people getting sick from it after. And they say, oh, I'd just rather get the flu. But if you think about it, the flu's kind of like COVID. It's terrible. Think about the swine flu, influenza. That's what the flu's short for. It's basically slang or abbreviation. So I'm always going to get my flu shot to avoid that because it's a myth. You're not going to get the flu from getting the flu shot. If any side effect you have, you're just going to get like mildly sick, like a cold or something for a few days or something. And by the way, you can look that up. I know I'm kind of being a dumbass by not posting anything or citing my sources. That's not good journalistic of me, and I hope no employers watch this video because they're definitely going to judge me. But I haven't done videos like this in a while, and I'm going to get back into it because it's important. So, and if you haven't got any bad side effects before from the flu shot, you're probably not going to get them now. So yeah, I suggest people to get their flu shot like sometime in October, like the first or second week of October. Don't get it like as soon as spring starts, but you can always go to the local pharmacy to get it. CVS, Walgreens, doctor's appointment, you know what I'm saying? In terms of the COVID vaccine, I highly suggest you get it, but don't take my word for it. Obviously, you got to do your own studies, and you got to use your media literacy skills. Look for the sources, look for the reputation of whoever's posting it. The CDC's probably got the smartest thing, but from what I heard, and this is where I'm going to send my source, I've obviously heard that in the beginning of this whole vaccine, there's a gentleman at McDonald's, customer, where I work. He told me that his grandmother or his mother got the vaccine, and now she's paralyzed like half of her body. And those are extremely rare, and who knows if he wasn't a propagandist or whatever. So I wouldn't listen to it too much, but I definitely look into that if I were you and you haven't got the vaccine. And another thing is I've also heard from my next door neighbor, and she's pretty reliable, that she had a few friends that got like their arm paralyzed from it. But another thing that could be happening is just the misfire in the jabbing of okay, hold on, just so no one says anything sexual, the jabbing of the shot, because the nurse is doing it all day. And obviously a few people have been saying, the most common side effect is like fatigue, a fever at the most, or nausea and stuff. But for people who are age 20, like young adult men, you do have a risk of developing some complications with your heart. if you get the vaccine. It's very rare, and the risks the benefit outweighs the risk. Okay, it's very rare, and you're better off getting the flu shot, the COVID vaccine. My apologies. Because even with the studies in the past that said you have a 95% chance of not getting the virus, we have to remember that that was then. New studies are coming out, and not to mention that the new variants are coming out. You know, so but definitely having the vaccine does something. It might not always prevent COVID, but it definitely can make the side effects, the symptoms of COVID less severe, even if you are young. What else do I gotta say? COVID. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully none of y'all get it. Please like this video, share and subscribe for more. Sorry if I'm at kind of a rough start, but there's more to come.